Hi, I am Dr. Sabin. In this video, I am going to talk about anti-neutrophilic cytoplasmic antibody (ANCA) in vasculitis. Let's begin. Before talking about ANCA in details, I am going to show you the bird's eye view of classification of vasculitis. On the basis of the size of the blood vessels affected, vasculitis is divided into three major groups. The first group of vasculitis affects large arteries, aorta and its branches. The second group of vasculitis affects arteries of medium size. Main visceral arteries, like coronary arteries, are arteries of medium size. The third group of vasculitis affects small blood vessels, arterioles, venules, and capillaries. There are four disease processes in this group of vasculitis. They are microscopic polyangiitis, vaginogranulomatosis, Churg-Strauss syndrome, and drug-induced vasculitis. The new name and the preferred one for vaginogranulomatosis is granulomatosis with polyangiitis. In relation to ANCA, this third group of vasculitis, which affects small blood vessels, is important because ANCA plays the major role in the pathogenesis of these disease processes. ANCA-associated vasculitis is the most common primary systemic small vessel vasculitis in adults. These disease processes are autoimmune diseases because ANCA are autoantibodies formed against self-antigens of neutrophils. Now let's look at the antigens against which ANCA are formed. There are three types of cytoplasmic granules in the neutrophils. They are primary, secondary, and tertiary granules. Primary granules are also known as azurophilic granules, and these granules contain proteinase 3 and myeloperoxidase enzyme, among others. And these are the target antigens against which anti-neutrophilic cytoplasmic antibody are formed. The cytoplasmic antigen of neutrophil, MPO or PR3, is located in the cytoplasm of neutrophil. So when these antigens are in the cytoplasm of neutrophil, they are not exposed to the immune system and ANCA are not formed. But when these antigens are translocated to the cell membrane of neutrophil by drugs or infections, these antigens are exposed to the immune system of the body. And antibodies against the antigen are formed. And these antibodies are called anti-neutrophilic cytoplasmic antibody. Now let's talk about the types of ANCA. There are two types of ANCA on the basis of the target antigen against which the antibody has been formed. If antibody is produced against proteinase 3, such ANCA is called c-ANCA. The alternative name is proteinase 3 ANCA or PR3 ANCA. If antibody is produced against MPO, such ANCA is called p-ANCA, perinuclear ANCA. It is also known as MPO ANCA. To find out which type of ANCA a patient has, a screening test is done. The name of the test is indirect immunofluorescence test. On the basis of the staining pattern, we find out which type of ANCA a patient has. But this test does not give us the actual type of the antibody. So in this test, if there is diffuse cytoplasmic stain in the neutrophil, then the ANCA is c-ANCA. But on the contrary, if the stain is perinuclear, then the ANCA type is perinuclear ANCA or p-ANCA. But for the definite evidence of antibody, we have to carry out another test, ELISA. This test tells us the exact type of the antibody a patient has. So a patient who is CNK positive has anti-proteinase 3 antibodies in his system. On the contrary, if a patient is PNK positive, then the patient has anti-MPO antibodies. Now, let's find out why proteinase 3 NK are called cytoplasmic NK. Neutrophils with anti-proteinase 3 antibodies show diffuse cytoplasmic stain pattern when examined under the immunofluorescence microscope. So in this photomicrograph, we can see the stain pattern is diffuse in the cytoplasm. That's why proteinase 3 NK are called cytoplasmic NK or CNK. And why MPO NK are called perinuclear NK? When neutrophils with MPO and its antibody are examined under the immunofluorescence microscope, the staining pattern is perinuclear. So that is the reason why MPO NK are called perinuclear NK. And why MPO NK gives perinuclear immune staining pattern? Myeloperoxidase enzyme is positively charged. It is a cation. But the nucleus has deoxyribonucleic acid. That's why nucleus is anionic. Cationic MPO bind with negatively charged nuclear membrane, giving rise to perinuclear staining pattern in the indirect immunofluorescence test. Yeah, in this illustration, you can see primary azurophilic granules of neutrophil have MPO. It has positive charge, but the nucleus has negative charge because of the deoxyribonucleic acid. So the positive molecules are attracted towards the negative molecules. So MPO gives perinuclear staining pattern. During the active stage of disease, NK are mainly IgG, but other types of antibodies also can be produced, other types of immunoglobulins. These are IgM and IgA. In NK vasculitis, circulating immune complexes are not formed. Vascular lesions contain only small amount of antibody and complement fragments. That is the reason why NK-associated vasculitis are called pauciimmune. Pauci means scant amount. Now, what is the mechanism of vasculitis by NK? NK bind to neutrophils and directly activate them. Activated neutrophils release two types of molecules, reactive oxygen species and proteolytic enzymes. These molecules, reactive oxygen species and proteolytic enzymes, injure endothelial cells. What is the diagnostic use of NK? CNK, which is also known as proteinase 3 NK, it is positive in Wegener granulomatosis in 70 to 80% of cases. CNK is also positive in some cases of drug-induced vasculitis. PNK or MPO-NK is positive in 60% patients of microscopic polyangiitis, 30 to 60% cases of Chog-Strauss syndrome, and some cases of drug-induced vasculitis. An NK titer reveal the severity of the inflammation. And there is one more group of ENCA. This group is atypical ENCA. Indirect immunofluorescence test indicates cytoplasmic ENCA or perinuclear ENCA. But in cytoplasmic ENCA cases, ELISA for anti-proteinase 3 is negative. It should have been positive, but in cytoplasmic ENCA positive cases, ELISA for anti-proteinase 3 is negative. That means these patients do not have anti-proteinase 3 antibodies, although they are positive for c-ENCA. In the same way, patients are positive for perinuclear ENCA, but they do not have anti-MPO antibodies. What is the reason for atypical result in ELISA? Apart from proteinase 3 and MPO, cytoplasmic granules of neutrophils have other molecules too. These are elastase, cathepsin G, lactoferrin, lysozyme, defensin, etc. In some patients, autoantibodies are formed against one of these molecules. Autoantibodies are formed against elastase, cathepsin, lactoferrin, lysozyme, or defensins. In such cases also, indirect immunofluorescence test gives result similar to c-ENCA or in some cases p-ENCA. But ELISA of c-ENCA positive cases are anti-proteinase 3 negative because antibodies in these patients are produced against other molecules like elastase, cathepsin G, lactoferrin, or defensins. I am going to explain about atypical cases with the help of this table. IIF means indirect immunofluorescence test, and here this test result is compared with the ELISA test result in typical cases and ELISA test result in atypical cases. When the diffuse cytoplasmic stain is present in indirect immunofluorescence test, then we call it c-ENCA positive. In typical cases, anti-proteinase 3 antibodies are found in the patient when ELISA test is done. But in atypical cases, anti-proteinase 3 antibodies are not found in the patient. The patient is negative for anti-proteinase 3 antibody. The reason is the diffuse cytoplasmic stain occurs because of other types of antibodies in these patients. These are antibody against elastase or antibody against cathepsin, lactoferrin, lysozyme, or defensin. In the same way, a patient has p-ENCA positive result in indirect immunofluorescence test, and in typical cases, such patients who are p-ENCA positive are anti-MPO positive. These patients have antibodies against MPO in typical cases. But in atypical cases, these patients are anti-MPO negative, although they are p-ENCA positive. So why such happens? It is because antibody against elastase, cathepsin, or lysozyme defensins are present in such patients. So these kinds of antibodies also give perinuclear staining pattern under indirect immunofluorescence test. So these cases are called atypical cases or atypical ENCA. Atypical ENCA are positive in diseases other than vasculitis, including chronic infections and ulcerative colitis.